Good morning. Reading from Elizabeth Elliot, Keep a Quiet Heart. The Universal Thump. It is so refreshing to find some encouragement to work and be cheerful and take orders instead of what is more common today, an outright dislike, even hatred of work and an unwillingness to take orders from anybody. We've really had just about enough of that, don't you think? So here's an anecdote in the musings of a sailor in Herman Melville's great classic Moby Dick. What of it if some old hunk of a sea captain orders me to get a broom and sweep down the decks? What does that indignity amount to? Weigh, I mean, in the scales of the New Testament? Do you think the Archangel Gabriel thinks anything the less of me because I promptly and respectfully obey that old hunk in that particular instance? Who ain't a slave? Tell me that. Well then, however the old sea captains may order me about, I have the satisfaction of knowing that it is all right, that everybody else is one way or other served in much the same way, either in a physical or metaphysical point of view, that is. And so the universal thump is passed round, and all hands should rub each other's shoulder blades and be content. Most of us are not exactly under the orders of some old hunk or sea captain, but we are meant to be willing and cheerful servants of anybody who happens to need us. Have I a true servant heart? I should have. I will not be anything like my Lord Jesus if I haven't, for he came not to be served, but to serve. He set for us a radiant example of how practically he meant it. He washed feet, knowing his own origin and destiny. He did it with grace and he did it with love. And what is our origin? Our destiny? We too come from God and are going back to God. Is there any job then that is really beneath us? Any thump we really mind? Galatians 5:13 says, "You, my brothers, were called to be free, but do not use your freedom to indulge the sinful nature. Rather, serve one another in love." Last summer, a certain 15-year-old worked at a ranch where his job included not only dishwashing but cleaning out the garbage truck. They weren't jobs he'd have opted for. He'd far rather have exercised horses or even mucked out stables. So I gave him Colossians 3:23-24. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving. He wrote me a sweet letter, said God was helping him. May God help you today, and the many things that you do today, do as unto the Lord. Realize there won't be enough time to do it all, but do one thing at a time. Seek ye first. Blessings.